I'm looking in this mirror, guys, and I'm looking at my eyes, and they are so small because I am so sleep deprived right now. But I can't blame anybody but myself. And so I was praying, and I'm like, I'm not going before the Lord asking Him, like to just get me through this day or give me energy or nothing like that, because the fault is all mine. I knew when I got that pizza last night and added that Dr. Pepper soda with that caffeine in it, that it was going to keep me up. I didn't realize how long it was going to keep me up, but I claimed it last night. I said to David, I said, I know I'm drinking this soda right now. I know it's like 8 o'clock right now at night, and I got to teach 2 classes tomorrow morning and afternoon. I said, but I am going to own it. I'm taking responsibility. I'm drinking this Dr. Pepper with this pizza because the two go well together. Well, 2:30 rolled around and I was still awake. He was asleep. He falls asleep like that. He was asleep. But I wasn't. So I decided to wake him up. He didn't complain, but I was like, dude, you're fast asleep and I'm still awake. And he ain't had nothing to say. He didn't say nothing like, I told you so. None of that. He's like, you want me to pray for you? I didn't answer because, again, I'm owning this. He said, didn't you say you was going to take responsibility for what was going to happen? And I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. He's absolutely right. So, just now I was praying and the Lord was letting me know, He's like, this is how we do things, especially when it comes to pleasing our flesh and sinning against Him. Sometimes in the moment before we do it, we realize the consequences of, what's going to happen after the sin we're about to do right now, whether it's eating something, whether it's shooting something, whether it's whatever it is. We know that there's consequences to it, but sometimes we're not thinking about it in the moment. And then there's sometimes that we are thinking about it and thinking that, you know what, I'm going to do this and I'm just going to deal with the consequences after. But here's the thing. Sometimes we do that and then we go before the Lord. Oh, Lord, please, help me do this or take this away or whatever it is. But we knew what we were about to do when we did it. And then we go before the Lord. Is that to say that we shouldn't ask for forgiveness? I'm not saying that. Okay. But I am saying that, we really need to be mindful, of what we're doing when we're doing it. Because right now, y'all, I am a hot mess. But I'm accountable and responsible for this class that I have to teach in the next few minutes. And I'm responsible for the other class I have to teach a few hours later. And I need to be right in order for the Lord to be able to use me to do what needs to be done today. And so I'm going to make it through this day, y'all. I'm going to make it through this day. But again, just a reminder that when we do things, especially when it comes to pleasing our flesh, we need to be mindful of what it is we're doing, whether it is we're sinning against the Lord, and also what it is we're going to end up having to deal with, and is what we're going to deal with after going to hinder what it is God wants us to do. That's the issue. Are we able to do what God wants us to do after we've done the thing we shouldn't have done in the first place? Are we going to be able to hear? Are we going to be this? I'm talking about when we sin, not just me eating and drinking that stuff last night. I'm talking about when we sin against God. I wasn't sinning against God when I had that Coke. I mean the Dr. Pepper, but I'm talking about when we sin against God in the moment and not thinking about hindsight, or when we sin against God, not even in the moment thinking about it, but dealing with the after effects of the sin when it comes to understanding that, yo, I really did that, or I did this to myself right now. Can't blame God. We got to blame ourselves on that one. But here's the thing. Are we in a place, have we repented? Are we feeling shame or guilt, conviction, or have we masked it over? Are we deceived that we didn't sin? Are we able to do the work that the Lord has called us to do after? Something to think about.